At 42, Alice is very attractive, with a great figure, well-maintained, and a face full of collagen. She looks very young. Alice has been divorced from her ex-husband for years, and she has some savings in hand. In 2016, she bought a house for her daughter, and began renovations that same year. Young Zach, just in his early 20s, was a renovation worker who met Alice while working on her house renovations. Alice wasn't comfortable with the renovations, so she checked on the work daily to make sure things were done right. Over time, the two of them got to know each other. Zach was charming and eloquent, and on top of that, young and handsome. He quickly swept Alice off her feet. Alice, divorced for years, felt lonely inside, longing for the warmth of love, and hoping to meet a man who understood love. Zach knew Alice had gone through a failed marriage, so he would often console her during her low moments. With Zach's sweet words and encouragement, Alice invited Zach over to her home multiple times, opening doors she had closed for 10 years, allowing Zach to explore. After they confirmed their relationship, Zach borrowed 30,000 yuan from Alice. Zach didn't mind that Alice was nearly 50. Her age didn't matter to him. What he liked most was her money. One day, by chance, Zach found out that Alice had a daughter, and a malicious idea began forming in his mind. Later, with Zach's intense pursuit, Alice's daughter, Amy, also became his girlfriend. After establishing the relationship, Zach and Amy frequently went on dates, working together towards common goals. Dating both the mother and daughter at the same time, Zach felt like he was on top of the world. Alice remained completely in the dark and continued enjoying her sweet romance with Zach. As their relationship went on, Amy no longer wanted to keep it from her mother. She suggested introducing Zach to her mother. Zach wasn't nervous at all. He agreed readily. "Mom, look who I brought home," Amy said with excitement. Alice, hearing her daughter's voice, hurried out of the kitchen. But the moment she saw her daughter's boyfriend, she was stunned. However, she struggled to keep her emotions in check, trying her best not to let her daughter notice. Alice forced a smile and asked, "What's your name, young man?" "Hello, ma'am, my name is Zach. I'm a renovation worker." While Alice was visibly shaken, Zach remained perfectly calm. He had known from the start that they were mother and daughter. Everything he did was intentional. The atmosphere at the dinner table was tense. After finishing the meal, Zach left. Alice decided to tell her daughter about the situation. Unexpectedly, during their talk, Amy mentioned that Zach had borrowed 30,000 yuan from her as well. Alice began to feel something was off about Zach. So, she confronted Zach directly, wanting to clear things up. "Let's end this here. From now on, we go our separate ways. Let's just pretend we don't know each other. But during our relationship, the money you borrowed, you need to pay it back." Zach, however, didn't seem worried by Alice's demand. He calmly asked, "Are you sure you want to break up with me?" Alice firmly told him it was over, and he must repay the money. Zach opened his phone gallery and showed her a video on his phone. The moment the video played, inappropriate sounds began to fill the room. The video showed intimate moments between Alice and Zach, as well as moments between Amy and Zach together. After showing her the video, Zach threatened, "If you don't want anyone else to know about this, then give me 100,000 yuan. Once I have the money, I'll delete the video right away." Alice was furious. He actually dared to use this as blackmail. However, she knew deep down that if the video got out, neither she nor her daughter would be able to face the world. With no other choice, Alice reluctantly agreed to his demand. Just as she was gathering the money for Zach, Zach suddenly changed his mind. He now demanded that Alice buy him a car as well. Hearing Zach's latest demand, Alice decided she wouldn't give him a cent. She realized she couldn't live under his threat forever. With that, the mother and daughter went to the police station together to report him. Soon after, The police arrested Zach on charges of extortion. He was prosecuted. During the investigation, the police discovered that Zach had been divorced before. He also had a young child. The court's final judgment found him guilty of extortion and sentenced him to 4 years in prison along with a fine. There's no such thing as a free lunch. If you want something, you must obtain it through legal means. Don't you all agree? If you enjoyed the video, remember to like, comment, and share. Thank you. The world isn't big, and it's full of surprises. To have a tall figure, long legs, and grace like an elegant swan. After graduating from college, he found a job in his hometown. Through a matchmaking event, he met a 25-year-old named Taylor. They had similar interests and shared the same values. After a period of sweet dating, they entered into marriage. After the wedding, Taylor actively tried to conceive, but nothing seemed to happen. Then, after an unexpected accident, Taylor sprained an ankle. During a hospital visit, the orthopedic doctor was shocked. The growth plates hadn't fused. Generally speaking, for women, the growth plates close between ages 14 and 16, but Taylor was 25 and over 5'7". How could he still be growing? The doctor found it unbelievable and asked when Taylor first experienced menstruation. Taylor looked down and hesitantly replied, "I've never had it." It turns out that when Taylor was young, his mother had taken him to see a doctor, who said that perhaps development was delayed and to wait a few years. As he got older, Taylor found it too awkward to talk about, and just kept putting it off. The doctor conducted further tests, and found that Taylor lacked both a uterus and ovaries, and had male chromosomes and biology. This meant that Taylor, who had lived as a woman for 25 years, was actually biologically male. Taylor had been considered female since birth, and throughout his life, his gender identity had always been female. Even after this discovery of his biological sex, it couldn't change. Over 2 decades of self-identifying as female. With his own personal choice and his husband's supportive encouragement, Taylor decided to continue living his life as a woman. If you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you.